Hi guys. One of my most popular videos on my account, actually the most popular video on my account, is about trading Forex. And I do have a degree in finance from the Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. I have been trading stocks, bonds, ETFs, mutual funds, and Forex for about nearly 10 years, no, probably 8 years now. I am successful with it. And a lot of people ask me what platform to use, what broker to use, what strategy to use, what products they can purchase that'll help them. And I'm just here to warn you people about how many scams there are in the Forex industry and involved in trading Forex. Even if you look at the comments on my video, the most popular video, which I'll link in the description here, that explains sort of the basis of trading Forex and trading currencies, is it's all scams. I try to clean up the comments as much as I could today. I deleted everything that looked like scams, but there were probably over 100 comments that were all scams. And when I say scams, I mean people trying to promote strategies or programs to download that give you signals of when to trade and things that'll trade for you automatically. And I'm telling you right now, man, 99.9% of these things are scams. So I'm just going to give you some good advice here on some real legitimate platforms to use and some legitimate ways to analyze the currencies and to make trades. So the first thing I'm going to show you, this is the website that I use, AvaTrade. It's a huge company. It's a bank as well. It's a very well-known company and website, and it is 100% legitimate. You can't go wrong with AvaTrade. Same thing with Scottrade, E-Trade, even though E-Trade is a scam because of how expensive it is. These are real companies that are legitimate, are not going to scam you out of trades, and will actually allow you to make trades. So this is my real TD Ameritrade account, amarshall317. I'm not going to show you how much money I have in here, but it's quite a bit, okay? I trade stocks in here, I trade ETFs in here, and I trade Forex in here, right here. So they are new into Forex. I didn't even know they had Forex until a few years ago when I moved all my money into this, because now I have a universal account where I trade all my equities and things like that. But TD Ameritrade, and if you want to send me an email, I can actually refer you here, and I can get you some free trades. I think I only have about 6 of those, so you got to be quick. Send me an email. My email is amarshall317@gmail.com, and I'll send you a referral or an invite, and I think it gives you about 10 to 20 free trades where no commission, anything. I've also used sharebuilder.com. I think they were bought out. It used to be ING Direct, but I'm not sure if they're still there. They had the cheapest trades around. I know my mother uses Scottrade. Scottrade has some of the cheapest trades too. But I signed up with TD Ameritrade a while ago because, like I said, somebody referred me and I got all these free trades. And so I used all those, and I just kept using the same website. But this is a good, legitimate website. Can't go wrong here. I also have partnered with AvaTrade. Now, this, I would say, is leaning more towards the less legitimate websites and less legitimate companies, but this company is legit. And they do have some very, very good platforms that are specific to Forex trading. That's why I say if you only want to do Forex and you only want to trade money and currencies, and I think they actually they have cryptocurrencies on here too, which is a new thing. I would use AvaTrade. The reason, like I said, the reason I use TD Ameritrade for my personal stuff is because I also have stocks and ETFs on here. And AvaTrade does not allow that. But AvaTrade has some very, very good platforms that are very simple and easy to use. And my favorite thing about this website is they allow you to open a practice account. Practice, practice, practice. You guys have to practice before you stick some real money in here, or you're going to lose your shirt, okay? So let me just go a little bit on into types of strategies that exist for Forex traders, right? And this article here by Christina, Zucchi, it's pretty good. She just talks a little bit about the basics of knowing your markets, knowing when it opens. Talks about a stop loss order and a limit order and things that are more basics that I talk about in my basics video. Just some basic stuff here that it's not like a real strategy. She's not selling you like a program or anything like that. She's just saying, look for longer term trends, set up orders. You don't have to always initiate the order when you want. You can put in, orders that'll execute later down the road. Use technology, not in the sense of trading signals or things like that, but she's just saying, set up some alerts to your phone that if a price drops below a certain thing and you're interested in that particular currency pair or whatever, just things like that. So this is a good article just for the very, very basics. I'm sure most of you guys know these things. And then the one thing that I like that she says is take fewer positions and hold for days. That is a very, very good piece of advice. A lot of you guys think that you're going to be, buying something at 12:37 and then selling it at 1 p.m. And you're just not going to be able to make money if you have that sort of mentality. Forex is a long-term sort of thing. Yes, you can get lucky and make money off short-term fluctuations in prices, but generally, you're not going to see the currencies fluctuate that significantly in that short period of time. So just like stocks or ETFs, I would advise you to think of a strategy, think of something that you want to make a trade on, execute the trade, and at least wait a couple of days to see what happens, okay? So now I want to show you guys some common scams that are out there that are basically just taking people's money and also making people lose money. So signal sellers, and I talked about this a little bit before. These are people that will make you buy their system. They will claim that they'll give you, specific times to buy certain currencies and to sell. And a lot of times the systems are automatic, so there's not even a human being behind it. They're just freaking, machines that are telling you to do something that really have no basis for it. And the reason this is a scam system is because a lot of these things use what is known as technical analysis, right? If you go to business school, you'll learn there's something called technical analysis and there's something called fundamental analysis. So specifically when talking about stocks and which companies to buy, generally you want to do what's known as fundamental analysis. That means you're analyzing their financial statements, you're analyzing their strength as a company, you're analyzing their likelihood that their business is going to increase in value. What technical analysis does is it solely looks at past performance of the stock and tries to identify trends that are going to continue to repeat themselves so you can make money. Like I think in my beginner video I said, this currency has been going up and down, so now the next thing that's going to happen is obviously it's going to go up because it's going to have to continue following this trend, right? That is totally wrong, and I just use that as an example to sort of show you, what you can do, trends, blah blah blah, right? Trends are not necessarily a bad thing to look at, but when using trends and fundamental analysis like that, you're basically saying that past performance is going to indicate future performance, which is total BS. The past performance of a stock or a bond or an ETF or a currency pair has absolutely nothing to do with future performance. I don't care if a stock has been going up and down, up and down, up and down for the last 10 years. I can guarantee you that 100% of the time, the next thing it's going to do is not going to go up to continue on that trend, right? Nothing in the future depends upon what happened in the past. So instead, what you need to do is look into something called fundamental analysis, right? And it's a little more difficult with currency pairs because it's hard. What are you going to do? Research the financial statements of a currency pair, right? It doesn't exist, right? So this is talking more about stocks and ETFs and bonds and things like that. But still, it applies to Forex in that you should not be using technical analysis of past trends and results to try to predict what's going to happen in the future. It just doesn't happen like that. Like, it could go up a million pips and then you have to assume that it's going to come down eventually. That's not true. It could just keep going up and up and up and up. Instead, what you should do with currency pairs is look more into the countries that are actually producing those currencies, right? So, for example, Ghana is an example, right? I've been to Ghana before. They use something called CDs. I think it's CDs like this. And what happened is there was a new government in Ghana that came in. This guy is known to be quite corrupt, the president, and basically, I predicted this a few years ago that I was like, the Ghanaian CDs, I guarantee, are going to depreciate in value because this new government came in that's totally corrupt. They're going to end up printing a lot of money, which inevitably depreciates the currencies. So if you look historically at Ghanaian CDs, it used to be about 1-to-1. It used to be $1 equaled about 1 Ghanaian CD. Now it's like 1-to-5, 1-to-4, right? So that's a 500% increase in their currency. So if you would have had bought, say, the currency pair, what's the Ghanaian CD? GP? Wait. No. Okay, GHS, right, okay? So if you looked at a currency pair, USD CHS, GHS, right? So this is the currency pair that you're going to be buying in your platform, right? So this is USD to GHS, right? So dollar to CD. So you would, if I was going to make that play, say 3-4 years ago, you would be buying the US dollar to the Ghanaian CD, right? Because you're hoping that this is going to appreciate, right? So you're essentially buying US dollars, and then as the CD goes from 1.55 to 4.55, all of a sudden your dollar is worth more CDs than it was 4 years ago, right? So that appreciation in the currency pair is going to make you money, okay? So say if you did the opposite and it was GHS to USD, and I'll make it something more simple, right? So you say you bought 400 Ghanaian CDs, and at the time they were worth $400, and then you waited 4 years and you still have 400 Ghanaian CDs, but all of a sudden it's not worth 400 CDs aren't worth $400 anymore. 400 CDs are now worth 1/5 of that, or 1/4 of that, right? So now it's only worth $90. So your $400 that you originally invested is now only worth $90. So that's going to be a loss in money, right? So fundamental analysis on currency pairs is looking at the issuing country and what's going on in that country, right? Is there a lot of quantitative easing going on? That's something that's used in America a lot. Quantitative easing basically means they're printing money, right? They're adding to their currency, the overall amount of currencies that they have issued, right? That's just printing money. That's inflation, right? That is depreciating their currency. So try to find countries that appear to be either in a transition of government, and you feel that you're knowledgeable enough to know that one government is more corrupt or more, it's hard to give advice on this because there's so many things you can look at, right? There's so many things you have to look at. So I know, like the country of Chile, for example, if you would have bought Chilean pesos about 15 years ago, it would have been one of the best investments you could have ever made. Because I think the Chilean peso, about in like the year 1990, was something like 1/20th of what it's worth now. So you just have to look at these things and don't fall for these scams. What else does she say? Signal sellers. Yeah, phony management funds. Don't give your money to anybody. Okay, if you want to trade Forex, trade it yourself. Use TD Ameritrade, use AvaTrade, trade it yourself. Don't trust some scam artist and a lot of times they'll just take your money and run and say they lost it. Dishonest brokers is sort of in the same boat here. Brokers will issue trades for you. A management fund will actually take your money and make trades for you. Broker will just listen to what you're saying. They'll try to sell you on certain things. A lot of times brokers get paid commissions based on certain stocks that they want to sell, and sometimes these commissions can be really high. So what else does this person say? See, look, TD Ameritrade. This is a very, very well-known, reputable company. I mentioned E-Trade, Ally Invest. I've never heard of it, but I've heard of it, but I've never used them before. Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got today. Just trying to get you guys to be aware of all these scams out there. Just don't fall for it. Open up a reputable account on a reputable website, and go from there. Start small, start practice, and yeah. So that's all I got. Again, if you want to email me, amarshall317@gmail.com, I can send you a referral to TD Ameritrade, get you some free trades, and yeah. All right, thanks guys. Have a great day.